Hey everyone, I'm back. This is Scotty, and I told you in my reaction video with the Dodgers that I'd be bringing you a video talking about a player that I believe is on the trajectory to go even bigger than he ever has before. And can we say Golden Glove and possibly an MVP mention? Hmm. The player that I'm talking about is Andy Pajes. We all know that Ohtani right now, a little over a third of the season, is probably the NL frontrunner for MVP. I mean, the dude's posting a .74 ERA after this last game. He is hitting majorly. His on base percentage is just skyrocketing, and the guy's just a beast. He's not hitting the home runs that he was last year and the year before, but he's making up for it in bases and RBIs and his pitching. And don't get me started on he's going to run away with that Cy Young if he keeps this ERA down like the way it is. Um, but Andy Pajes is this unsung hero that's just right behind Ohtani. I mean, he's producing major offensive production, and his defense is just like Ohtani's pitching. If Ohtani is the NL frontrunner for the MVP, because of his two-way play. Andy Pajes should be mentioned for his offensive production on the Dodgers, particularly, and his defense through the NL whole as a whole. I mean, the dude is on a tear like Ohtani, just in a different way. So I think that Pajes should be looked at potentially as a NL MVP candidate and an NL Gold Glove for center field. I mean, he's right there with the Cubs center fielder. I can't remember what his name is, but wow. I mean, he has been producing amazing results when it comes to his defense and amazing results when it comes to his offense. So let's take a breakdown of his stats really quick and take a look at why I think this and where I think that Andy will end up at the end of the season. So let's take a look at this page here really quick on the Dodgers' own website. So we're going to take a look at some offensive stats that Andy's been producing that I feel like it should be considered as a dual threat and a potential NL MVP candidate. Let's first look at his hits. His hits are just two ahead of Ohtani, but that just means that as many times, I mean, this doesn't include Ohtani's walks that he to get on base. But in terms of raw hitting with no walks, Andy Pai has been outshining Ohtani on this. No walk. I mean, on base percentage isn't as high as Ohtani's, but he hasn't suffered as many walks as Ohtani. Ohtani's been walked what it looks like 42 times to Paez is 17. So of course Ohtani's OBP here will be higher than Paez due to his walks, but in terms of sheer on base through just hits, Andy Paez is above Ohtani. And let's look at home runs. Home runs wise, Paez is three above Ohtani. Yes, he's second on the Dodgers, but he's still ahead of Ohtani in terms of home runs. Ohtani has not been producing the home runs that he's known for through these 61, 62 games. But Paez has been taking advantage of that and hitting more home runs. Now let's look at RBIs. Boom. Paez leads the entire Dodgers by a mile when it comes to RBIs. So that means that Andy has been taking advantage of base runners when hitting his hits. He leads the Dodgers in hits by 2 ahead of Ohtani, but he's been taking advantage of runners on base compared to Ohtani. So while kudos to Andy for stepping up and delivering the punches needed for the Dodgers to keep rolling the way they are. Now, like I said here, his OBP is not nowhere near Shohei's, but like I said, he's only been walked 17 times to Shohei's 40, 42 or something like that. So it's hard to get a high OBP when you're walked very little. I guess because pitchers aren't afraid of Andy, but they should be. I mean, look at him. I mean, his hits, his RBIs show that he's an elite hitter, and pitchers still aren't taking him seriously, and he's making them pay for it. So let's see where it goes, but you know, but this is only for the Dodgers. See, Andy has been extremely good with the Dodgers, and these stats are just Dodgers related. But I just wanted to show you that he has stats higher than Ohtani in key areas that still should put him in kind of the um, the NL MVP conversation when you combine it with his defensive stats, which we'll look at here in a minute. But I wanted to look at really quick the stats in the whole MLB. Actually, let's break it down to the National League specifically, since we're talking about National League MVP conversations. We should focus on the National League. But look at this hits. Pages is tied for fourth in the whole NL for hits. The entire NL for hits, he's tied for fourth. Ohtani's down here tied for sixth. I mean, come on. For raw hits, getting on base, Andy's tied for fourth. Now let's look at RBIs. Pages again. Oh, sorry. It went to the Dodgers instead of the National League. Okay, so here we go. Sorry. So Pages again ahead of the pack when it comes to RBIs in the whole National League. 51. Andy is still killing it in the RBIs for 51 at 51. So when you got hits, when you're tied for fourth in hits in the whole NL, and you're by far the number one, well, okay, only 4, but when you're the number one in the NL for RBIs, I think these are great when you combine the fact that he's been great for his team and an opposing menace for other teams at NL. I think that you should still consider him at least in the conversation of the NL MVP voting, because we are now going to look at his fielding where it's really going to shine. And this is why I said at the beginning, can we say a gold glove for Andy for the center field position in the NL? I think it is a serious consideration. And I think if he keeps playing this way, he will win the gold glove for center field in the NL. I do. I think, hands down, I think he will. I mean, like I said earlier, he's tied with, or he's neck and neck with the Cubs center fielder. But I think when it comes to the longevity of his production, I think it will outlast all the other center fielders in the NL. And I think he will win that gold glove for the NL center field position. Let's take a look at his defensive stats really quick. And I'm really curious. I really think that he's going to do an amazing job in the NL for fielders, because this man just flies all over the field and he's just everywhere. And I really, really think that he has a very good chance for that gold glove for a center field position in the NL. I mean, I do. I mean, Pages is just been playing amazing. So let's look at his overall stats. So let's look at his FIP really quick. So as it stands, he is second in his FIP, his field independent pitching. He is second behind the center field for the Cubs. Let's look at his TC, his total chances. Let's see. He is again second behind the Chicago Cubs center fielder. He's only down by 11. I think because the way Andy plays and the hustle he has, I really think he'll catch up as the season progresses. What about his putouts? He is second in his putouts. Again, only 10 behind, and I think because of the way he plays and the hustle he has, he will catch up as the season progresses. But so far, Andy's been in the ballpark of the top of center field in the National League. Let's see. What about assists? See here, Andy is leading in assists, only by 2, but still, the way he hustles, that will only get better. What about his field percentage? Let's see. He is tied for first in field percentage. All right, good. Fielding percentage, sorry. Good, good, good. What about errors? Okay, so Andy is down there with 0 errors. See, he is 0 errors. So he is doing very well. He is doing very well. Okay, and what about his double plays? Andy leads the NL center fielders in double plays. Very good, very good. Okay, what about his RF, which is his range factor? Okay, so his RF is tied for second. He is tied for second in his RF at 2.9. Very good. And here's the big one. Here's the big one, y'all. Here is the defensive wins above replacement. So, how well has Andy Pages been for the Dodgers? Direct contributions to wins for the Dodgers. Let's see. Let's see. Let's see. First, tied for first. Tied for first with Chicago Cubs center fielder. Wow. Andy. That is an impressive defensive resume so far this season. Guys, I know that there are plenty of good baseball players, and I know that when it comes to the Dodgers, Ohtani gets the spotlight, and deservedly so. This man is a machine. He is a generational talent. There's no denying that. But Pa has this year has stepped up his game so much, both offensively and defensively, that you have to at least give him a nod in terms of NL MVP conversation and, of course, NL Gold Glove for center field. If he keeps going the way he is, if he keeps being as aggressive and amazing as he's been, both offensively and defensively, I think there's a chance that he lands 1 guaranteed and a chance, maybe, for 2. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments, and I'll catch you later. Peace.